Exalted Mercury. According to Vedic Jyotish, Mercury is said to be exalted in a horoscope when it is placed in the sign of Virgo, which in simple words means that Mercury gains maximum strength when placed in Virgo, compared to its placement in all the other signs. An exalted Mercury is associated with many good things by many astrologers, and it is believed by a number of Indian astrologers that an exalted Mercury always works positively in a horoscope, and it brings good results for the native, which is not the case in actual practice, and an exalted Mercury can work positively as well as negatively in a horoscope depending upon the other deciding factors and overall tone of the horoscope. The word exalted simply relates to the strength of Mercury in horoscope, and it does not relate to the nature of Mercury in most of horoscopes, and accordingly an exalted Mercury placed in different houses of a horoscope can give benefic as well as malefic results depending upon the nature of Mercury as well as the overall tone of the horoscope. In this article, we will discuss some of these benefic as well as malefic effects which can be experienced when an exalted Mercury is placed in different houses of a horoscope. Exalted Mercury in first house of horoscope. A positive exalted Mercury placed in first house of a horoscope generally gives a very good health to the native, and the natives under the strong influence of this benefic placement are likely to possess lean physique, active body, and they are likely to remain healthy for most of their lives. A benefic exalted Mercury in first house of a horoscope can render good to very good communication skills to the native, and accordingly the natives under the strong influence of this benefic placement are seen successful in the spheres, which requires good communication skills. Such a benefic placement can also bless the native with wisdom, analytical ability, good business and trading skills, and accordingly the native is likely to succeed in his life by virtue of these qualities. A benefic exalted Mercury in first house can make the native very successful in his professional sphere, and the natives under the strong influence of this benefic placement can achieve great success, and they can make big money from their profession. And at the same time, they are also likely to become famous by virtue of some extraordinary achievement in professional fields. A benefic exalted Mercury in first house can also give very good results regarding the married life of the native, and such a benefic placement is also likely to give good results for the overall lifespan of the native, and accordingly the natives under the strong influence of this placement are likely to live longer than an average person. On the other hand, a negative exalted Mercury in first house of a horoscope can trouble the native with some problems in his married life, and accordingly the natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement are likely to face problems in their married life, which can be due to a doubtful nature possessed by these natives, or due to the fact that these natives may be very money-oriented, which can create issues between them and their wives. A malefic exalted Mercury in first house of a horoscope can disturb the peace of mind of the native, due to which the native under this malefic placement keeps on getting disturbed and bothered on account of one thing or the other, and such a malefic placement can also bring disgrace to the natives, and in some extreme cases, the natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement may have to face disgrace and defame through some court case or litigation. Exalted Mercury in second house of horoscope. A positive exalted Mercury placed in second house of a horoscope can bless the native with great wealth, luxury, and comfort, as such a benefic placement can form a powerful Dan Yoga in the horoscope, which can bless the native with wealth, luxury, success, and fame. A benefic exalted Mercury in second house of a horoscope can render very good speech abilities to the native, along with good leadership qualities and penetrating insight into things. And as a result, the natives under the strong influence of such a benefic placement can become very public leaders or administrators. A benefic exalted Mercury in second house of a horoscope can also give very good results regarding the financial prosperity of the native, and the natives under the strong influence of this benefic placement are seen very successful in their professional spheres, and they gather great money and wealth by virtue of their own efforts and qualities. Such a benefic placement can also bless the native with good health, good education, and a good family life, and the natives, under the strong influence of this benefic placement, are likely to spend their childhood in very enjoyable circumstances. On the other hand, a negative exalted Mercury in second house of a horoscope can cause problems in the married life of the native, and the natives, under the strong influence of this malefic placement, may have to undergo many difficulties in their married life, which can include arguments, clashes, separations, and in extreme cases the native can also suffer from a divorce. A malefic exalted Mercury in second house can also cause problems between the native and his family members, especially his elder brothers and sisters, and some natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement may have to face serious issues in their relations with their elder brothers and sisters. A malefic exalted Mercury can also make the native lazy and selfish, and due to these characteristics, the natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement are not good at achieving professional success due to their laziness, and they are also not good at maintaining relationships for a long time due to their selfishness. Exalted Mercury in third house of horoscope. A positive exalted Mercury placed in third house of a horoscope can bless the native with great creative abilities, and the natives under the strong influence of this benefic placement can achieve success in their professions due to these creative abilities. A benefic exalted Mercury can especially render very good writing abilities to the native, and at the same time, it can also give good speech abilities, and accordingly the natives under the influence of this benefic placement are seen successful in professional spheres which require these abilities. A benefic exalted Mercury in third house of a horoscope can also bless the native with great courage, confidence, and determination, and this benefic placement can also bless the native with very good friends and very supportive brothers and sisters who generally provide very good help and support to the native, and who are a key factor behind the success story of the native. On the other hand, a negative exalted Mercury in third house of a horoscope can trouble the native with serious issues in relationships, and the natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement are likely to be troubled and bothered by their brothers, sisters, friends, and colleagues. Some of these natives are likely to face financial losses due to their brothers and friends, whereas some other natives may have to face disgrace or defame due to something illegal or immoral done by their brother or friend. And in some extreme cases, a brother or friend of the native may turn completely hostile towards the native, and the native may have to face many problems due to his brother or friend turned enemy. A malefic exalted Mercury can also give very bad results in the professional sphere of the native, and the natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement may have to face problems from their bosses, seniors, and other people in authority, and some of these natives may have to face false allegations or litigations initiated by their bosses and seniors. Such a malefic placement can also cause problems in the married life of the native, and the natives under the strong influence of this placement are likely to separate from their wives for a long time due to completely opposite nature of these natives and their wives, which keeps on causing concerns between them. Exalted Mercury in fourth house of horoscope. A positive exalted Mercury placed in fourth house of a horoscope can give very good results regarding money, luxuries, houses, and vehicles, and accordingly, the natives under the strong influence of this benefic placement are likely to lead a life of comfort and luxury right from their childhood. Many natives under the strong influence of this benefic placement are born in rich families, and hence they start enjoying a luxurious and comfortable life right from their childhood. A benefic exalted Mercury can bless the native with very good skills of creation, manipulation, and imagination, and accordingly the natives under such a benefic influence are likely to practice in the fields which require these qualities. Some natives under the influence of this benefic placement can become very good politicians, and they can achieve good position and success in this field by means of their good communication skills, manipulation, and imagination. A benefic exalted Mercury in fourth house of a horoscope can also give good results for general health and longevity of the native, and as a result the natives under the strong influence of this benefic placement are likely to lead a healthy and disease-free life, and they are also likely to live long. On the other hand, a negative exalted Mercury in 4th house of a horoscope can cause problems in the married life of the native, and the natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement may have to face problems and troubles in their married life which can initiate due to the over-aggressive nature of these natives, or due to lack of mental compatibility between these natives and their life partners. A malefic exalted Mercury in 4th house can also cause some health-related problems for the native, and the natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement are likely to suffer from one or more than one long-lasting diseases, and they may have to spend a big amount of money towards the treatment of these diseases, and they may also have to suffer much physical and mental pain on account of these diseases. A malefic exalted Mercury can also cause problems related to the residential houses of the native, and some natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement may have to face litigations or debts related to their residential houses. Exalted Mercury in 5th house of horoscope. A positive exalted Mercury placed in 5th house of a horoscope can bless the native with very good creative skills, wisdom, social skills, a tendency to work hard, a charming personality, and very good trade skills, and accordingly the natives under the strong influence of this benefic placement achieve success in various spheres of their lives by virtue of the above-mentioned qualities possessed by them. A benefic exalted Mercury in 5th house of a horoscope can also bless the native with very good children, and the natives under the strong influence of this benefic placement are likely to have children who achieve great professional success in their lives, who are religious, spiritual, kind, and considerate, and who idolize these natives throughout their lives. The children of the natives under this benefic influence will always come to them for advice, and they will always have great respect for these natives, and they will publicly recognize these natives as their biggest strength, and most of these natives are likely to get many luxuries and comforts through their children. A benefic exalted Mercury in 5th house can also bless the native with very good professional success, religious and spiritual advancement, and visits to foreign countries for the purpose of enjoyment or trade. On the other hand, a negative exalted Mercury in 5th house of a horoscope can cause financial problems for the native, and some natives under the strong influence of this negative placement may have to face financial crisis more than once in their lives. A malefic exalted Mercury in 5th house of a horoscope can also trouble the native with some diseases, and the natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement are likely to suffer from at least one long-lasting disease which may not be fatal, but which keeps on troubling these natives from time to time. A native under the strong influence of such a malefic placement may also have to spend much money, effort, and time towards his parental family members, and he may have to take care of one or more than one of his family members for a long period of time. Exalted Mercury in 6th house of horoscope. A positive exalted Mercury placed in 6th house of a horoscope can give very good results for financial prosperity of the native, and the natives under the strong influence of this benefic placement are likely to achieve good professional success, and many of these natives are seen successful particularly as policemen, army people, doctors, consultants, lawyers, judges, astrologers, and some other kinds of professionals. A benefic exalted Mercury in 6th house of a horoscope can also give very good results regarding the overall health of the native, and accordingly the natives under the strong influence of this placement are likely to be protected from any major disease or health problem, and most of the natives under this benefic influence possess a very strong tendency to recover from a disease. On the other hand, a negative exalted Mercury in 6th house of a horoscope can trouble the native with some serious problems, and some natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement are likely to face many problems which have been created by their enemies and competitors. The natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement are constantly troubled by their enemies and competitors, and they may have to face big losses due to their enemies and competitors. A malefic exalted Mercury in 6th house of A. Horoscope can also turn one or more than one of native's brother or friend into an enemy, and the natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement are always in danger of facing a strong opposition from their own brothers, sisters, and friends, and some of these natives may have to face a costly betrayal from one or more than one of their brothers or friends. In some extreme cases of this malefic placement, the native may have to face a complete professional failure, a punishment by law, or some other kind of loss due to the betrayal of his brother or friend, and in some extreme cases, the native under the strong influence of this malefic placement may have to face a fatal attack, and as a result he may get murdered due to betrayal of one of his brothers or friends. The natives under the strong influence of a malefic exalted Mercury in 6th house of their horoscope should always keep a close watch on their enemies and a closer watch on their friends, as one of their friends may join their enemies at some point in their lives. Exalted Mercury in 7th house of horoscope. A positive exalted Mercury placed in 7th house of A. Horoscope can give very good results regarding the marriage and married life of the native, and as a result, the natives under the strong influence of this benefic placement are likely to lead a happy married life and enjoy their marriage. Many natives under this benefic placement are likely to get well-behaved, socially skilled, wise, and practical wives who understand these natives very well and who support them in reaching their goals and in maintaining their social circle. A benefic exalted Mercury in 7th house of a horoscope can also bless the native with a rich wife, and some natives under the influence of this benefic placement are likely to benefit from the family of their wives in terms of financial help, and many such natives are seen successful with a help from their in-laws. A benefic exalted Mercury in 7th house of a horoscope can also give very good results regarding the professional success of the native, and some natives under the influence of this benefic placement are likely to settle in a foreign country or be in a profession which is connected to travels in foreign countries. Such a placement is also good for luxuries and comforts of the native, and the natives under the strong influence of this placement can have more than one house, many vehicles, and many other kinds of luxuries at their disposal. On the other hand, a negative exalted Mercury in 7th house can cause problems in the married life of the native, and accordingly the natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement may have to face serious issues in their married life due to mental incompatibility with their wife, or due to the interference of some relatives of these natives. The equation between the mother of the native and the wife of the native can play a major role in spoiling the marriage of the native in some cases, as native's mother and his wife may not go along well with each other. A malefic exalted Mercury in 7th house of a horoscope can also cause health-related problems to the native, and the natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement are likely to suffer from one or more than one long-lasting disease. Such a malefic placement can also bring bad results regarding the professional life of the native, and some natives under such a malefic placement can also suffer from some psychological disorders. Exalted Mercury in 8th house of horoscope. A positive exalted Mercury placed in 8th house of A horoscope can bless the native with a long life, and accordingly the natives under the strong influence of this benefic placement live a life longer than the average lifespan. A benefic exalted Mercury in 8th house of a horoscope can also bless the native with very good interest and achievements in the fields like paranormal and supernatural, and some natives under the strong influence of this benefic placement can become astrologers, psychics, magicians, and other similar kinds of professionals. This benefic placement is very good for learning some kind of hidden knowledge, and many natives under such an influence learn and practice one kind of hidden knowledge or the other, and some of these natives can make big amount of money and wealth as well as fame from one of such practices. A benefic exalted Mercury in 8th house of a horoscope can also give good results regarding the married life of the native, and such a native is likely to get an understanding wife. On the other hand, a negative exalted Mercury in 8th house of a horoscope can trouble the native with the problems that can come from his professional sphere, and the natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement, are likely to witness many hurdles, problems, and losses in their professions. A malefic exalted Mercury in 8th house is also bad for the education aspect of the native, and many natives under such a malefic influence are usually seen discontinuing their studies at an early age on account of one reason or the other. Such a placement can also give bad to very bad results regarding the happiness that the native gets from his children, and the natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement are likely to face problems due to their children, due to which these natives may have to live separate from their children due to one reason or the other. They may have to suffer on account of professional failure of their children, failing marriage of their children, or some other problems related to their children. A malefic exalted Mercury can also disturb the peace of mind of the native to such extents that the native may not be able to think properly and make his decisions. Exalted Mercury in 9th house of horoscope. A positive exalted Mercury placed in 9th house of a horoscope can bless the native with wealth, named and fame which is passed on to him by his father or grandfather. Such a native is likely to get good support from his father throughout his life. Many natives under the strong influence of a benefic exalted Mercury in 9th house are born in rich families, and their fathers are wealthy, successful, and well-reputed in the society, and these natives are likely to get very good support from their father. A benefic exalted Mercury in 9th house can also take the native to foreign lands for the purpose of permanent settlement, and the natives under the strong influence of this placement are likely to settle in some foreign country and make fortunes in these countries. Such a benefic placement can also give very good results regarding the spiritual advancement of the native, and the natives under the strong influence of this benefic placement are likely to possess a spiritual and religious nature, and some of these natives can get a position of power and authority in some spiritual or religious organization due to the benefic influence of this placement. On the other hand, a negative exalted Mercury in 9th house of a horoscope can trouble the native with serious problems, and the natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement are likely to face many delays and losses in their professional careers. A malefic exalted Mercury in 9th house can also trouble the native with very strong enemies who keep on bothering the native throughout his life, and who do not let the native become successful by troubling the native with one thing or the other. Such a malefic placement can also inflict some serious disease too. The native and the natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement are likely to suffer from one or more than one permanent or long-lasting disease which can give much physical pain to the native, and which in some cases can prove fatal for the native. A malefic exalted Mercury in 9th house can also give bad results regarding the financial position of the native, and the natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement may have to face financial crisis more than once in their lives, and they may also have to take debts many times in their lives. Exalted Mercury in 10th house of horoscope. A positive exalted Mercury placed in 10th house of a horoscope can give excellent results regarding the professional sphere of the native, and the natives under the strong influence of this benefic placement are blessed with great professional skills and great professional success, and some of these natives can set new standards and milestones in their professional spheres by virtue of their extraordinary achievements. A benefic exalted Mercury in 10th house of a horoscope can also bless the native with a life of luxury and comfort, and it can also give great name and fame to the native. Such a benefic placement is also good for the married life of the native, and the natives under the strong influence of this placement are likely to get very skilled, well-behaved, social and understanding wives who can provide great support to these natives and who can become a pillar of strength for these natives. A benefic exalted Mercury in 10th house can also give a position of great power and authority to the native, and some natives under the strong influence of this benefic placement are able to get a position of power and authority in the government through a job or through politics. On the other hand, a negative exalted Mercury in 10th house of a horoscope can cause professional failures or delays for the native, and the natives under The strong influence of this malefic placement may have to face professional declines many times in their lives. A malefic exalted Mercury in 10th house can also bring defame or social disgrace to the native, and the natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement may have to face such disgrace or defame due to some misconduct done by them, which can also lead to a complete professional failure or a resignation from a position of power. Such a malefic placement can also spoil the relations of the native with his wife and relatives, and the native may have to suffer from mental tension and some practical losses due to these spoiled relations. Exalted Mercury in 11th house of horoscope. A positive exalted Mercury placed in 11th house of a horoscope can bless the native with good to great financial gains, and the natives under the strong influence of this benefic placement are likely to get great financial benefits throughout their lives. A benefic exalted Mercury in 11th house of a horoscope can form a powerful Dan Yoga in the horoscope, which can bless the native with money and wealth by means of trade and business, and the natives with such a Dan Yoga can also get financial gains through lottery, gambling, stock markets, and other such practices. A benefic exalted Mercury in 11th house can also bless the native with a very good social circle, and some natives under the influence of this benefic placement can achieve great success with the help of their friends and relatives, and especially their brothers. Such a benefic placement is also good for the overall lifespan of the native, and the natives under this benefic influence live longer than the average lifespan. A benefic exalted Mercury can also give very good results regarding the marriage and married life of the native, and the natives under the strong influence of this placement are likely to lead happy married life, and their financial fortune is likely to increase after their marriage. On the other hand, a negative exalted Mercury in 11th house of a horoscope can trouble the native on account of delays and losses in professional matters, and some natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement may have to face big financial losses, either through their professions or through some kind of gambling or stock market. A malefic exalted Mercury in 11th house can also cause problems in married life of the native, and such a malefic placement can also trouble the native with the problems related to his children. Some natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement can choose illegal professions to make money, and they may have to suffer defame or a jail sentence due to such activities. A malefic exalted Mercury can also cause injuries to the native on account of accidents, and some natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement may have to lose a limb in an accident. Exalted Mercury in 12th house of horoscope. A positive exalted Mercury placed in 12th house of a horoscope can take the native to some foreign land, and the natives under the strong influence of this benefic placement are likely to settle in some foreign country on the basis of their profession. Some natives under such a benefic influence can also go and settle in some foreign land during their childhood on the basis of their father being a permanent resident of a foreign country. A benefic exalted Mercury in 12th house of a horoscope can also give very good spiritual interest and progress to the native, and some natives under the strong influence of this benefic placement can achieve great progress in the field of spiritualism. Such natives also possess very good social skills, and they have a big network of friends. On the other hand, a negative exalted Mercury in 12th house of a horoscope can cause serious financial problems for the native, and the natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement are usually found short of money most of the times. The natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement develop a strong tendency to spend much more than their income, and as a result they face financial tightness and financial crisis many times in their life. A malefic exalted Mercury in 12th house of a horoscope can also trouble the native with unwanted expenses and loss of money through diseases, accidents, court decisions, and other such forms, and some natives under the strong influence of this malefic placement may also have to pay for the debts that their fathers have passed on to them, or they may have to spend much money and time towards the treatment of some disease which afflicts their father. A malefic exalted Mercury in 12th house of a horoscope can also cause problems in married life of the native and some natives, under the strong influence of this placement, may have to face a long separation from their wife, or they may also have to suffer from a divorce. Hence, the placement of an exalted Mercury in almost all the houses of a horoscope can bless the native with benefic things, and it can also trouble the native with malefic things depending upon the nature of such exalted Mercury and depending upon the overall horoscope of the native. Therefore, no conclusion should be made about the benefic nature of Mercury merely by virtue of its exaltation, and no conclusion should also be made about the malefic nature of Mercury merely by virtue of its placement in some particular houses of a horoscope. A thorough study of Mercury, as well as the entire horoscope, is necessary in order to calculate the final outcomes of the placement of an exalted Mercury in some particular house of a horoscope. Mercury signifies on one hand earth element, as well as it signifies ether because of its subtle nature. This is the reason why both the own signs are dual sign types, Gemini and Virgo. Virgo is also the exalted sign for Mercury as mentioned earlier. The degree of exaltation is 15 degrees. Virgo is dual sign type with earth element. Mercury is the great messenger of the cosmos. He is the planet which represents speech, communication, and commerce on all levels. Mercury in Virgo creates the perfect balance between duality and its ethereal qualities and the practicality or solidity of the earth element. Mercury represents intellect, analysis, transaction, and exchange. Exalted Mercury establishes our values in life, material values, prices, standards of measurement and comparison, artistic values, as well as spiritual values. Exalted Mercury in Virgo gives great healing power which the person uses to heal and serve mankind. Mercury is debilitated in Pisces, which is also dual sign with water element. This water element completely dilutes the analytical intellect of Mercury in a whirlpool of misplaced emotions and impractical ideas. People with debilitated Mercury are not exactly fools but are confused. They are enthusiastic but not always wisely so. Debilitated Mercury can make a person lack in boundaries. They are moved by sentiments which are not genuine, and when frustrated can suffer from self-pity. They can be amorphous, hard to pin down, and often appear in whatever way is necessary to please or placate others, or they make commitments without any intention of fulfilling them. They just respond to the influence of the moment.